Welcome to Power Talk. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray, man. Y'all know what time it is. It is playoff time in the DML, so y'all already know when it's playoff football in the DML, we are bringing you Road to Greatness, where me and my co-host will sit down and break down the top 10 playoff teams who has the best shot at winning Super Bowl 39 in the DML. So I'm going to bring in my cast in, man. Coming in first, we got my man, Addy, the owner of those Houston Texans. What's going on, Addy?
Good, bro. What's going on?
And you know, when we talking about playoff football and Super Bowls, you gotta bring in the back-to-back guy himself, Mr. Embro of those Green Bay Packers. What's going on, Embro?
What's going on, fellas? It's playoff time. Let's get it, baby.
And you already know this guy has been itching to get some airtime in the DML because he says he has a lot to say. We bringing in my man T-Pain, the owner of those Detroit Lions. What's going on, T-Pain? T-Pain in the building.
Yo, what's going on?
There you go. He's having some malfunction with his mic, but he's in the building, y'all. He's in the building. All right, y'all. So it's Road to Greatness, okay? Where we can all come together, we break down the top 10 playoff teams. First off, shout out to all the guys that made it to the playoffs because it's very hard and difficult to do in the DML with so much level of competition in both conferences. But we're going to sit here today, we're going to break down the top 10 teams in the playoffs who has the best shots. First off, let's talk about your guys' season. Like, how you think your guys' season's made out this year?
It depends on who you're talking to.
Yeah, it depends on the three of us on who you're addressing, man.
All right, you don't matter. I'm gonna go first. My season, even though we made the playoffs, I think that my team underachieved a little bit this year. You know, especially on the defensive side of the ball, I think we could have played a whole lot better. My rookie quarterback, I had high hopes for him this year, but he seemed to turn the ball over a lot, man. Lost several games this season, throwing over 5 INTs, which is crazy. But we in the playoffs, man. Be looking to bring it. So remember, your Packers, man. The pressure on you. You won the banner last season. Do you think that the pressure is on you from your organization to win back-to-back banners with expectations so high, even though you're entering the playoffs with a little bit handicapped with all those injuries?
Man, the pressure's been on me since day one, since I joined the DML, so I'm used to it, man. You know, I went 19-0 last year, and I tried going 16-0 again. I came up short in week 17. Mm-hmm. We got hit with the injury bug this year, man. A lot of big-time injuries, but I designed a team with great depth.
Okay.
The quarterback got hurt, the rookie, so let's see if A-Rod's got one more ride in him. And we're looking to go for that third banner in 4 seasons, man. So I feel pretty good about it.
All right, now, Addy,
Thank you.
I'm gonna come to you on this one, Addy, because you know you're a guy that won back-to-back banners in the DML. What advice can you give Embro, you know, on his road to try to win back-to-back banners in the DML?
My only advice to him now would be lose. I mean, I don't think he needs too much advice. He has a really good team over there. Good stick skills, his GM skills. He's built a monster over there. You know, laid the smacking on me in the Super Bowl last year, so he know I own one. But I mean, at this point, it just is what it is, man. Winner go home, and that's just it for real.
All right, man. So we ain't gonna hold the people up. Let's dive into this list, man. Who we think has the best odds at winning Super Bowl 39 at DML. Coming at the number 10 slot, we got my Pittsburgh Steelers. Okay, we entered the playoffs with 11-5 record. Team overall is 79, ranked 14th in offense and 11th in defense. Our top threats entering the playoffs are, of course, Juju Smith-Schuster at the wide receiver position and Delvin Bush, my man, who comes down and lays the hit stick at the middle linebacker position. I'm going to chime in on my squad. All right, we young. I feel like we're young, you know, and it's just simple as this. We're going to go as far as we allow ourselves to go because after watching and, you know, revisiting some of our games, we tend to seem to beat ourselves at some points in some games. We turn the ball over a lot, which I don't like this year because last year that was one of our top, you know, our top things entering just the season period. We wanted to take care of the ball. So we're going in with a rookie quarterback. You know, of course, Delvin Bush is leading this team. He's still young. We got Tremaine Edmonds, who's still young, you know. So it's just, I feel like at this point is where we allow ourselves to go. But go ahead, I'm going to let y'all guys be at the chopping block on this one. What y'all think on the Pittsburgh Steelers coming at the number 10 slot?
I'll go. I think that anytime you play the Steelers, you know that you got to take care of the ball. I know that you're downplaying your team, but I know that for me, and I be saying this and jokingly think I'm playing, but it's Madden. And any given moment is just about getting right at the hot time, at the right moment.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got multiple players at multiple levels on your defense, because for me, in the playoffs, it's all about defense. Can you get stops? Can you hold jokes from scoring? And when you got a guy like Devin Bush and you got Edmonds in your secondary, guys who can cause turnovers, and then you have elite safety and corner play at your D-back positions. Anything is possible, bro. So I think that, this team's at 10, but it can be really scary if you come in the game and you're not taking care of the ball.
All right, I'm going to come to you on this. What's your thoughts on the Steelers coming at the number 10 slot?
The Steelers kind of took a step back from last year. A little bit different team. They went 15-1 last year and 11-5 this year. I kind of, click back on what you talked about, your turnovers, man. I think that was the biggest key. You brought in a rookie quarterback. You boosted him up quite a bit, but he's a rookie, and he tossed a lot of interceptions this year, man. And I think that's the biggest key is being able to play defense and keep the turnovers down. I think if y'all can do that, especially if you get matched up with the Chiefs in round 1, because he got hit with the injury bug week 17. If you guys can do that, I think you guys can make it out the wild card round and go to the divisional round.
All right, T-Pain, what's your thoughts on the Steelers, man? I'm going to come to you on this one.
Man, I like that team, man. You got some young cats on that team. Devin Bush, that guy's like a glitch. And, you've been doing your thing, the last couple, seasons. So, I feel like the sky's the limit for you. As you get matched up against the right team, you'll do your thing. It's Madden at the end of the day.
I agree with y'all. Hopefully my Pittsburgh Steelers, man, can take care of the ball. We can at least get out of the wild card round. But moving on, we got the Jacksonville Jaguars actually coming at the number 9 slot. This team enters the playoff with 11-5 record, 90 overall, which is the highest ranked team overall in the playoff. Well, actually in the DML right now. He has a 20th ranked offense, and he comes with the 9th ranked defense. Top threats entering the playoffs is Leonard Fournette at the running back position and the no-fly zone with this secondary, causing a total of 54 interceptions. When you're talking Jacksonville Jaguar football, you got to talk defense. Guys like Josh Allen, Jalen Ramsey, Awuzie, Miles Jack, Telvin Smith, and the list just goes on and on with so much talent that's on this team. But looking at the defense, I'm going to come to you on this one, Eddie, because this is a guy that your division mate. Do you think that this team is a little bit overrated, or you think they are who they say they are? Eddie's still in the building. Eddie get goose. What's going on?
Oh, my bad, bro. I'm talking with my mic on mute. But when you're talking the Jags, obviously I see them twice a year, and it's not an undersell when I say that that's definitely an elite defense. When you look at the pieces that's over there, X Factor, superstars, whatever you want to call, you got it on your defense. When you look at them in terms of sacks and interceptions, 8 in sacks, 2nd in interceptions. I think that for him, though, what his downfall will be that he gets a little vanilla on offense. If you watched a little bit of his game ever, you know that the offense runs through Leonard Fournette, whether in the passing game or in the running game. He runs the ball a lot. And a lot of times, when you become predictable on O, and you're keeping that defense on the field a long time, obviously they're going to get tired. And there's opportunities to score. So I think that obviously he's in my division, and I probably shouldn't be saying this, but if he can open up his offense some way, this team can be really scary.
Now, I'm going to come to you, because you're the guy that seems to know how to just run the rock well in the DML. Embro, what's your thoughts on Leonard Fournette and his rushing attack this season? Do you think this is an elite rushing game, or is it just something that just a guy who knows how to spam inside zone and outside tosses?
Man, SJ, is known for the inside zone, but I think that Leonard Fournette fits the bill perfectly. He also has a backup in Kerryon Johnson that when Fournette got hurt, he didn't skip a beat, man. SJ knows how to run the rock. I think that he's got one of the better run games in the league, and the biggest thing you gotta be able to do is contain that run game. If you can contain the run game, you should feel pretty good about your chances. But if you let Leonard get loose, with that defense he has, it's probably not going to end well for you, man. So his philosophy: run the ball, play defense, and he has all the elements and pieces to make it happen. So let's just see if he can win a playoff game, man. I don't know when the last time I saw SJ win one. So the pressure's on him to actually get out the wild card round this season, man.
Okay, the pressure is on. That's SJ coming at the number 9 slot. Now moving on, coming at the number 8 slot, we have KP and these Kansas City Chiefs. They enter the playoffs with a 12-4 record, ranked 8th in offense, 16th in defense, and an 81 overall team. The top threats, of course, is always going to be Patrick Mahomes at the quarterback position and this speedy wide receiver group. Now, Patrick Mahomes is going to be out, okay? At least he's going to be out for sure for this first playoff game. How much of an impact does that cause to your team when this is a guy, number one, a leader, but also a guy that's pretty much responsible for 95% of your offense? T-Pan, we'll come to you on this one. How can you, after your team see their leader go down, how can you kind of sort of get your guys to regroup and stay focused and try to secure a win, at least to get y'all out of the wild card round?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. If I lose my star quarterback heading into the playoffs, I'm gonna just look at it just like running the rock down whoever I'm playing, because I don't know, man. I don't know how it would take it if I lose my star quarterback going to the playoffs. But I would definitely look towards running the ball a lot. Mm-hmm. Maybe not doing. You have to, you can't open up your playbook as much as you usually do with your starting quarterback with your backup. So I was looking running the ball most of the time and play defense.
Got you. Now, Eddie, I'm gonna come to you. You are a guy that know how to pass the rock very well. Do you think with guys like John Ross, Tyreek Hill, and Hardman, do you think it really matters what quarterback is back there passing the ball to when you have so much blazing speed at the wide receiver position?
I would say yes and no, because with those guys, obviously, it don't matter who's passing the ball if they can get past their man. Mm-hmm. But looking at some of the secondaries that's left in the playoffs, when you look at the Jags, when you look at the Dolphins, when you look at the Browns, all these teams hold elite secondary. Even your team, the Steelers, really good secondaries. And a lot of times, those guys don't beat their man immediately. I think the thing with Mahomes that's great for him is one, he's an escape artist, so he can definitely get out that pocket when things break down. Mm-hmm. But two, he has a rocket arm. I can remember a play because he beat me this season. A play where he's scrambling out the pocket to his left, and Mahomes throws about 60 yards in the air on a dime to Tariq. You can't make up for that. There's no other quarterback that can do that. And he's definitely going to miss it, so I think it's for sure going to hurt.
Okay, so that's, man, KP, I don't wish you the best of luck when you face my Pittsburgh Steelers, but let's see if you could figure out how to keep the guys going in the right direction, man. But moving on, coming at the number 7 slot, we got Sweets and those Arizona Cardinals. Sweets into the playoffs with an 11-5 record, 4th in offense, ranked 17th ranked defense. Top threats entering the playoffs is Javier Sidney at the running back position and that air raid, and he has an 86 team overall. Now, this is the thing right here when we talk about these Arizona Cardinals, which has been a thorn in Sweet's side since I've seen him come into DML and has been playing. Injuries. Can his guys stay healthy? This team is very dangerous when they're all healthy, but the thing is, it seems like in key games and the key matchups, right, or when things just seem to start going right with this Cardinals team, dudes just start dropping off like flies. Remember, I'm going to come to you on this one right here. And we just talked about injuries with KP and those Chiefs, right? And you're dealing with injuries yourself. Do you think that sometimes, right, with that injury bug in the back of your head, can that cripple your game play a little bit, or you think that Sweets is just going to go all out?
Man, Sweets has been dealing with injuries since week 1 of the preseason and season 1. Man, mm-hmm. I mean, I don't know what's in the water out in the desert, but I mean it's definitely not very strong water, man. Because every season he gets hit with somebody, 2-3 guys. I mean, Isabella's been hurt for 2 straight seasons. Kyler gets hurt every season. last year, right before the playoffs, he lost multiple guys, including his top linebacker and Hicks. So, crazy enough, he actually comes into the playoffs relatively healthy. And I think he's had to kind of adjust his game plan this year. He drafted the running back Javier Sidney in the first round. And with him and Coleman in the backfield, I think he kind of adds a different element to his game. Sweets is a baller, man. So I don't think the injury is going to affect him. I think he needs to go out there and just play his game and stick to his game plan. I think the games that he does lose, he kind of gets away from the game plan. So, in the first round, I think he might have to play the Saints again, and the Saints locked him up on defense the first time. So I think he'd probably go back and watch that game and see what he did wrong and see if he can tackle the weaknesses in the Saints defense, which was a top defense this year.
Got you. Now, Ed, you've been in the DML for some time now, okay? So you got a chance to watch Sweets play multiple cycles. Do you think that, just being honest, man, I'm just coming very honest, Sweets had one run in the Super Bowl, which we seen that he just, flat out, just, in my opinion, bent over and just took it, okay? Do you think that Sweets, do he really honestly want that banner, or or is he just in love with the numbers?
Nah, I think for sure he wants that banner. I think from talking to him a few times, he's definitely a guy that wants to win. Unfortunately, sometimes it's just about getting over that hump.
Gotcha.
And once you get over that hump, finishing the race, because he's been to a few Super Bowls, and it's crazy because sometimes you go through a gauntlet, and even just getting there, and it's like you take a deep breath, and it's like, oh, I'm here, and then you got another monster waiting for you. You know what I mean? So I think that, in terms of passers, outside of myself, he's one that I really do respect as a passer. I think he really knows what he's doing. And I think that at any time, with all his pieces on the field, he can beat anybody. It's just about, like I said, the playoffs are just about getting hot at the right time. And I think right now is that moment where you just got to figure things out and get it done.
Got you. So, man, those Cardinals, man, like you said, they healthy. Got all his pieces except for Isabella. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Sweets can do this postseason, man. But moving on. Coming at the number 6 slot, we have Niner Tom and the San Francisco 49ers. Entering the playoffs with an 85 overall team. Finished the regular season with a 12-4 record. Ranked 3rd in offense, 28th in defense, and the top threats, of course, is going to be that boy Jimmy G at the quarterback position and the defensive front four. Now, watching this San Francisco 49ers team, it seemed like they came alive this season a little bit. But after he won his banner, it just seemed like he just disappeared. But I love what I'm seeing, and I think I'm a defensive type of guy. I think the way his defense right now has been playing all season with guys like Nick Bosa, okay? Solomon Thomas, all right, and DeForest Buckner, all getting over 10 sacks. Now, those first two guys I named, Nick Bosa, 23 sacks, okay? Solomon Thomas, 20.5 sacks, all right? And DeForest Buckner, 11.5. That's very dangerous to any team that they match up against in the postseason. But as you can see, Daddy Lee has him ranked 28th. Now, I'm going to come to you on this one, Erbil, because you seem to have put up, monstrous numbers on guys this entire season. Do you think sometimes you're blowing guys out and you're up by, let's say, 20-plus points every single game, that it could somewhat put the smoke and mirrors up on your defense and have them ranked a little bit lower than what they actually are?
I think it can. I think it can happen on offense and defense. I mean, sometimes these numbers can be skewed. I mean, you see some guys drop big-time numbers on offense. You're like, oh, this dude scored 70-something points, and he might not score close at the rest of the season. So, I mean, the numbers on offense and defense can be skewed by a couple different games, but Niner time, I mean, I feel like I play him every season, especially when it comes to playoff time. Last year, he kind of, fell off the map after winning the banner in year 2. But he's got that defense balling. He did lose Quan Alexander, his star linebacker, for a long period of time, and also one of his top corners in Witherspoon. So, I mean, but he's got a front four that's up there with the best of them. And he's been balling this year in the pass game. I think Jimmy G finished number 1 in passing yards and passing touchdowns. So, he's got the pass game rocking, the defense rocking. So he's definitely going to be a tough out in the NFC playoffs this year.
All right, T-Pain, I'm going to come to you. All right, with the 49ers coming in at the number 6 slot, do you think that this team has a chance at making a run at a banner with guys in the NFC like Embrew, who's proven that he can win the banner with those Green Bay Packers, expert in those Dallas Cowboys, Sweets in the Cardinals, and even my man Marizi with those Saints? Do you think that it's fair to say that he has a chance to make it deep into the playoffs, or you just think that this is a guy that's going to be one and done? Honest opinion, man. Honest opinion.
Man, I'm keeping 100 right now with you, man, on this one. The man has a banner. So there's no way I see him being one and done. And with the talent that you do have in the playoffs, man, you know, like he could pretty much hang with most of those guys, man. You know, he can hang with Ambro, he can hang with Tight Work, he can hang with Expert, and then, you know, Marizi to me is like, I'm gonna keep my comments on that one to myself, but everybody else, you know. I think he'll do his thing in the playoffs, man. You know, definitely. That defense is balling right now. Like you said, you got 3 guys right there with like 50 sacks. So I feel bad for whatever quarterback you playing in the first round, man. You better be ready to be, you know, to be running all the time as soon as you call hype. Coming.
Now we finished the first half of the list. Now we're about to start with this top 5. And I want y'all to pay attention to some of these categories when I mention these teams in the top 5. This is something that just get me excited, man. But we got Tight Work and the Miami Dolphins cracking the top 5, coming in the number 5 slot. Tight Work comes in with an 85 overall team, right? 12 and 3 record, ranked 15th in offense, ranked number 1 in defense, and the top threats is that rookie wide receiver Will Rice and Christian Wilkins at the right end position. Now, defense. And this right here is flat out, I'm going to tip my head off the Tight Work, pure GM skills, man, because for this Miami Dolphins team, how cycle after cycle, I'm going to preach it every single time this man is mentioned on any show that I'm hosting or co-hosting on. This guy flats out knows how to make this team competitive no matter what cycle we're in, no matter what the roster look like, man. And for them to be ranked number 1 at defense, I just got to tip my head off, man. Stick skills and GM skills fall into play. But I'm going to come to you on this one, Eddie. What's your thoughts on Tight Work coming in at the number 5 slot?
Tight, you know, real life I'm a Dolphin fan, so it's always good to see them do good, except when they play me. But nah, he gets it, bro. Like, more power to him. He's definitely a great GM. He figured that situation out. Came into the game as the worst team overall in terms of rankings, and he's been able to build, I would say, a powerhouse defensively. Whatever you need, he got it. Front line, linebacker, secondary, it's there. It's one of those teams where he knows that all he has to do on offense is take care of the ball, because that defense will always keep him in games. So with a guy like that, you always have to be careful and be cautious of what you're calling, because momentum can shift in his favor just like that.
All right, I'm going to come to you, man, on this one. All right. He gets, I believe he fell 1 game short of the first round bye. All right. He was at the top of the AFC at some point in the season, but he fell off a couple games. Do you think those games, right, where you knew everybody already know they pull out when that season schedule drops, you're just circling off those games. This is a win. This is a win. This is a win. Do you sort of kind of think that can mess with a team momentum, and as far as the mental when entering the playoffs, when they know that there are some games like that we should have won, that we knew that we had against the U's that we should not have lost? So can that creep up sometimes and bite you in the behind in the playoffs?
It's something usually it might, but I don't think it affects Tight Work. It don't matter as long as you get a ticket to the dance. That's all you need, man. It don't matter who you play, because you're gonna have to play good teams whether you like it or not. You're never gonna get an easy ride to the Super Bowl. So I don't think that's going to affect him at all. I mean, he probably wishes he would have won a couple of them games, but I think in every loss that he had this year, he knows what he did wrong, and he knows, hey, I probably should have won that game. I mean, last year he went 16-0, and he proved to everybody that he can do it, and his roster's legit. His stick skills are legit, so I think he's got a little bit of a monkey on his back this cycle by coming up short the first couple of seasons, and I look for him to, possibly be in the AFC Championship, playing one of the other top-tier teams that are in the top 5.
Tight, the pressure on. They got you going to the AFC Championship if you playing against them Steelers. So coming for your head, man. But that's tight, man. Coming at the number 5 slot. Coming at the number 4 slot, we got Expert in the Dallas Cowboys. Okay, they entered the postseason with an 85 overall team. Finished the regular season, don't mind that record, they finished at 14-2. They come in with the 6th ranked offense in the DML and the 2nd ranked defense in the DML. Of course, top threats is Jalen Smith at the middle linebacker position and Ezekiel Elliott. And I want y'all to pay attention to something, man. Y'all see when we starting to get to this top 5 list, man, you see how it starts to balance out, man, and defense starts to speak for itself, man. I just love defense, man. I don't know what it is, I just love defense. And the way Expert has been using Jalen Smith, man, who I believe leads the DML and INTs, is just flat out ridiculous, man. I'm gonna come to you on this one, Addy, man, because you was a guy who used it. What was my man name, man? That Hall of Famer middle linebacker, Will Clemens.
Will Clemens.
Will Clemens, man. Like I'm getting the goosebumps just mentioning this man's name. But are you like at what point, right? After watching a guy a player in the DML, do you go to yourself, this guy knows what to do, this guy has this game figured out? At what point in your mind, after seeing a guy play, like this user, like, because you are a guy that figured that out with Will Clemens and multiple other linebackers that you had out there in New Orleans last cycle, at what point did you notice, after watching Expert user Jalen Smith, that you knew that he had this game figured out?
Well, I mean, it didn't take long. I think he's always been a guy that played well with his user. And when you can accompany that with pressure, it's really about the pressure to be honest.
Okay.
I can remember our game this season. I was down 17-0. We caught a pick 6 with Jalen Ramsey to go up 17. And a lot of times, it's not necessarily the user alone, but it's the pressure coming. And sometimes you hear those footsteps and you try and get rid of the ball. And he'll jump right in front of the pass and take it to the crib. Especially with a guy in this version who has abilities. And I'm pretty sure Jalen Smith has lurker. And that's a game changer at the linebacker position. So, again, if you can't block, you're probably going to be punting the ball or turning it over to him.
Remember, I'm coming to you, man. Just say how it is. Do you fear anybody in the NFC at this point? Do you fear anybody in the NFC at this point? Or you the champ? Do you think that you have a cakewalk, man, getting to that Super Bowl? I'm not looking for no watered down answer. I'm looking for a champion response on this question. Do you feel like anybody in the NFC poses a threat to you run at another banner?
I mean, realistically, all the people in the NFC at some point have given me a good battle. I've played Expert almost every season. He's beaten me. I've beaten him. I've played the Niners, the Cardinals. I don't fear nobody in the league because I feel like I can match up stick skill wise and roster wise with any of them. And I'm not throwing no shit at anybody because I think there's a lot of great users in the DML, but I do my homework. And when I know I'm coming into a game, whether it's against the Cowboys, the Bears, Texans, whoever, I know what they do great. I know what they can work better on. So I try to attack those weaknesses, so it's never a cakewalk. Every season I've gone through the playoffs, it's always been a grind, man. So I'm not going to throw no shade or say anything's a cakewalk, man, because all these users are great users. It's never easy, man. And like Addy said, Madden's Madden. You can have a bad day on the sticks, and then guess what? You're at home chilling. So NFC still tough, man. It's never a cakewalk to get to the Super Bowl, but kind of going back to expert and his ranking. I mean, Jalen Smith, I would probably say is the best linebacker in the DML right now. I'm gonna give you a statistic.
Hold up now.
And listen to this statistic. In the last 2 seasons, 49 interceptions. 49 interceptions in 2 seasons by a middle linebacker. He broke the single season record for a user interception last year with 25, and he backed it up this year with 24. So Jalen Smith covers the whole field, and he's the guy on defense that makes that engine go. So you have to find him, neutralize him, and I don't know why guys still throw at him. I watch some of these games, I'm like, yo, you're throwing right at him. And he has all those abilities and speed, and you're still trying to test that user. I don't get it. But Jalen Smith, man, I think KP and him called him a safety linebacker. I mean, he's a phenomenal linebacker, man, and an expert, utilize him to the best of his abilities. And I mean, when I saw that statistic at 49 picks in 2 years, that's crazy to me, man.
Yo, NFC, y'all better be dropping something to Emerald Cash App, because he just answered that question very professionally, man. Kept it real clean for y'all. But we already know what it is, and NFC, we ain't gonna spend no time on that. But expert, man, you are crowned the Alert King, man. You crowned the Alert King. What you said, 49 INTs?
49 picks in 2 seasons, man.
Sorry, SJ, man. You're no longer the Alert King. Expert, you're the new Alert King, man. But coming in at the number 3 slot, we got Bruce and those Cleveland Browns entering the postseason with an 88 overall team, 12-3, finished 12-3. He's ranked 24th in offense and 4th in defense. Top threats is always that guy, Myles Garrett. And of course, Sack City out there in Cleveland. This team raked up a total of 85 total team sacks. T-Pain, what's your thoughts on this right here, man? Just looking at that number right there, 85 total team sacks. Can that strike fear in the quarterback that's going up against this team?
Man, that's insane. That's just as bad as expert with the 49 interceptions, man. What these people out here doing, man, I don't get it. Just run the ball. When you play against somebody like that, with a team like that, just run the ball, man. Keep your quarterback up. You run the ball. Keep him clean. That's simple.
This is the thing. I'm going to come to you on this one, Eddie. You going up against a guy, right, where you see he has a defensive front four. He has the linebackers. He has the secondary. How do you put together a well-put game plan to beat this guy? When you're facing the defense, he has, 2 superstar X-Factor cornerbacks, okay? He has an X-Factor safety, X-Factor D-lineman with Myles Garrett, superstar other right end on the opposite side of Myles Garrett, and a superstar defensive tackle. Dude, how do you attack a team like this that's built so well on the defensive side of the ball?
Yeah, to be honest with you, this is going to sound funny, but I don't know. I was talking to Bruce earlier. Jeezy, my guy, man. We talk a lot. And when I saw he got another X Factor on the B line, I hit him and we was talking. We talk often. I'm like, damn, bro. When you look at this team, it features 5 X Factor players on the defensive side at premier positions. You're talking your 2 corners, 2 edge rushers, and safety. With a user at linebacker position. So it's almost like, what do I do? You can't pass because you don't got time. You can't run because jokers are filling gaps. You really got to game plan them. You do. Because that is an elite defense. I referenced the Saints defense that I had last year that was really scary, but this looks like that. And it's one of those things where it can leave you scratching your head after playing them because you really don't know what to do. You tried to run, it's not working. You tried to pass, it's not working. It almost makes you feel like, damn, I might as well just punt the ball to him and try to get stops.
Yeah, this team right here, man, is built real good. This is a guy that I gotta face twice a year. So, Ember, what's your thoughts? Do you think that this is the roster that can get Bruce back into that Super Bowl deep run, or will he fall by the wayside again?
I mean, Bruce has always put together tough defenses. I mean, kind of to touch on defense again. I mean, me and Eddie were talking about this earlier, man. That defense has got superstar X factors at all the premier positions, and you don't have to even touch those guys as a user. You can just let them do their thing. So his defense is built nasty. Got one of the best in the league. But I think the biggest key, honestly, is Cam Newton. He went and gave Cam a 1-year deal for about $21 million, I think. And I don't believe he believed in Tyree Jackson anymore after watching him fall from the playoffs. And you bring in Cam Newton, who can still sling it and can still move. I think that's what kind of got him back to playing ball and getting back to the number 1 seed. I think Tyree kind of held him back when it came to those clutch situations. So in the playoffs, I look for Bruce to kind of lean on Cam and on offense. He ran the ball a lot with him this year, so I think that's the biggest X factor, because the defense is going to be the defense, but the offense has always been kind of his downfall, and I think Cam Newton's the guy that could potentially put him over the top.
All right, man, let's see what you can do, Bruce. So that's you coming in at the number 3 slot. Now moving on, coming in at the number 2 slot, we have Eddie and those Houston Texans. They entered the postseason with an 84 overall team. Finished the season 13-3. Finished ranked 2nd in the DML on offense and 14th on defense. Top thrusters, of course, that dual threat quarterback Deshaun Watson and that passing attack. Now, watching this Houston Texans team play this whole entire season, one thing that stands out to me, and it is Deshaun Watson, man. This guy threw a total of 42 passing touchdowns, right? That's beautiful. But the thing is this right here, 12 INTs. 12. My quarterback threw fucking 12 INTs in 2 damn games. This man threw, I'm going to repeat this to y'all, 42 passing touchdowns, which I'm pretty sure Eddie would say that this is an off season for him, with 42 touchdowns and 12 INTs. This man completed his passing completed percentage was 79%. 79%, man. Eddie, like, what's your thoughts with your squad this year, man? They got the first round bye. You know, the quarterback's balling out. They got the wide receivers. The defense is not, you know, the numbers. I don't believe in the numbers at this point. You know, but what's your thoughts on your squad, man?
I think it's a first year under a new coach and a new offense. You know, how we're linked to the playbook per your coach. And it took me a little bit to figure out. Definitely the spread look was one that I liked. It was intriguing to me, and that's why I picked it. It took me a while to figure it out, but things are definitely clicking. I think I have explosive pieces on that offensive side of the ball, and obviously it's all spearheaded by Deshaun. There's not a pass that Deshaun can't make, and he led my team in rushing. So he's a dual threat quarterback who's really the engine to all of this. Hopefully we can keep it going. I think that this offense in general is tough to. You can scout it, but it's tough to stop because there's so many motions and there's so many counters in the offense, and it's one of those offenses where 79% completion. And that's because it's a lot of jet passes, and it's a lot of screens, and it's a lot of short passes, and it's predicated on getting just yards, positive yards. We led the league in first downs this year, so it's not one of those where it's like we try and take the top off, but we taking 4, and we taking 6, and we taking 5, and a lot of times I found that if you leave somebody's defense on the field for that long, one, it keeps their offense off, and they can't score. But 2, it also tires their defense out, and it allows us to be in a good position to win.
Broken down, man. That's crazy. Now, Aaron, we're coming to you on this one, all right? Like, piggyback on what something that Eddie just said. Deshaun Watson led the team in rushing. Okay, now we know what type of playoff style football is, defense, ground and pound. We see Derrick Henry doing it in real life right now with those Tennessee Titans. Do you think that can be Achilles for the Houston Texans, or would that benefit them when you're guarding a quarterback that you know, and you got to look out for guys like Will Fuller who can take the top off the defense, DeAndre Hopkins, and you got to drop those cornerbacks and for them guys that are using those middle linebackers that take away those routes can open up more running lanes for Deshaun Watson. So what's your thoughts on that?
That's never going to be an Achilles heel, man. I mean, when you see the pass rushers that the Dolphins have, the Chiefs have, the Browns have, when you got them guys coming off the edge or inside super quick, Deshaun gets away from that. I mean, you hardly ever see Deshaun Watson take a legit sack because he has the opportunity to get away from it, and it allows him to, complete a pass, gain positive yards. You hardly ever see the Texans offense go backwards, and it'll never be an Achilles heel. I think it adds a dimension that as a user playing defense, legitimately every single play you have to think to yourself, what is Addy going to do? And with that new playbook he has, it's crazy, man. I mean, like he was saying, there's so many different formations, play calls, designs. I mean, it makes you legitimately think every play what's going to happen. And you have to play your A game. I mean, Addy's a great user, and I think Deshaun Watson's the perfect quarterback for him. I think Deshaun Watson and Pat Mahomes are the top two quarterbacks in the game with the users and the actual skill set.
All right, man, we're going to see Texas at the first round bye, and their guys are clicking, guys are healthy, so let's see how far Addy could go. Coming in at the number 1 slot, this is no surprise to nobody. One of the most balanced teams coming into the postseason. We have Embrew, the defending Super Bowl champ, and those Green Bay Packers. They enter the postseason with 87 overall, finished the regular season 15-1, number 1 ranked offense, number 5th ranked defense. Top threats, Tony Pollard at the running back position, and that passing attack. I meant to say passing/running attack, but this is a balanced offense. Alright, now I'm just going to sit here and speak on what I know. You get Tony Pollard back, okay? This guy was out, I believe, how many weeks? Number what? 7
weeks.
This guy was out 7 weeks, right? Ladies and gentlemen, for everybody that's, don't follow the DML and just, this guy was out 7 weeks and finished, I believe, 2nd in the MVP race in the DML. How do you take off 7 weeks? And I'm pretty sure if Deshaun Watson would have played week 17, he would have locked it up. But you take off 7 weeks, and finish 2nd in the MVP race in the DML. That shows you what type of level of play that this guy Tony Pollard brings to this running attack out there in Green Bay. Now, I'm going to come to you first, because I feel like the pressure is on. You lose your rookie quarterback who is balling out this year, okay? You lose Savage, who is pretty much, I think, is the leader of your defense. You got Aaron Rodgers, okay? Some will call it his last ride. All right, you got the superstar offensive line. You got the dual threat running game. You got the first round. You have the first round bye, okay? You got home field advantage. Even with everything tipping in your favor. Okay, everything tipping in your favor. Is the pressure on, and is it somewhat overwhelming to get that back-to-back banner like this? Just to know how you like everything is just tipping in your favor. Is the pressure on, like, and is it getting a little bit overwhelming for chasing after that back-to-back banner in the DML?
I don't think I would call it overwhelming. I mean, I think year 2. It kind of got to me a little bit,
okay.
Because you can see I went from winning the banner in year 1 and barely making the playoffs year 2, and I took it for granted. So I went 19-0 last year, and then this year I was like, you know what, got to keep my foot on the pedal, man. And if not, you got the target on your back, man. Every single week, someone's coming for your head, whether you're playing a bottom tier user or you're playing the best user. And I mean, it's a weekly grind, and I don't foresee it as pressure because I put pressure on myself. I expect to win. I hate losing. I'm still salty. I lost week 17. I've been thinking about it all day. I'm like, damn, I lost that game. KP's my homeboy, but I'm like, man, I lost that game, and it's still bugging me. So I hate to lose, so I put enough pressure on myself. So you put the pressure on me year 1 to finally hang a banner, and then you brought it back year 3. So I mean, I welcome the pressure. That's what it's all about. when you get to see your name and a banner on the DML website, you know, it makes it all fulfilling and it makes it all worth it. But, you know, I take pride in my defense. I take pride in my balanced offense. You know, everyone looks at Pollard like, oh, man, he's got these crazy numbers. But, you know, last year I ran for over 3,000 and I passed for 3,000. Mm-hmm. It's similar to this year. And so I think I have a pretty balanced offense. But, you know, Pollard coming back at the right time and my receiver coming back at the right time. I mean, yeah, I lost my quarterback and I lost Savage, you know, but I pride myself on great GM skills and putting the best roster I can. So, you know, I'm just looking to go out there and grind it and hopefully win a third banner in 4 years, man. So we'll see what A-Rod can give me in his last ride in a Green Bay uniform.
All right, T-Pan, I'm going to come to you. This is your division meet, all right? Now, A-Rod loses his job at the beginning of the year. Now, this is a guy who is Green Bay, okay? Mr. Cheesehead himself, Mr. Discount Double Check A-Rod, baby. Wins the team a banner, then he gets pretty much alerted that he's going to be the backup to a rookie quarterback who flat out just came in and didn't prove anything. Like, he just came in and they fought for the job and he won it. Now that rookie quarterback goes down. And once again, Aaron Rodgers is put in the position to make another run at a banner with these Green Bay Packers. Do you think A-Rod pride can get in the way and he can pretty much flick the fingers up to Green Bay on this one? Or do you think he's embracing that role as the hero coming in to save the day?
Man, tell you the truth, man, I think A-Rod's gonna go out with a banner.
Okay.
I ain't trying to ride nobody horn or nothing like that, but man, I've been balling since season 1. He might be a little salty with losing his spot to a rookie quarterback, so I can see him, you know, trying to win the banner so he can have that to throw in his face next season when he retired or go to another team.
Okay. All right, so hopefully Aaron Rodgers, man, could ride it out on his last ride. That was our top 10 man on each team who had the best shot at winning Super Bowl 39 in the DML. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray, man. I appreciate y'all guys getting on the air with me, man, chopping it up, giving y'all thoughts and y'all inputs. If y'all think we got it wrong, man, drop y'all list inside of the comments, man. Let us know if we got it right, you know. Bring that fire, man, because it's going to be an exciting postseason. Every game is a must-watch football. I'm your host, OG Chris Murray. We out.